Good. Hello, and thank you for joining me for Scrapbook Sunday 101, Rose Ward, stampersdelight.com. Grab your coffee, grab your tea, and come scrapbook with me. Tastes good today. Okay, a couple of reminders. You can go to my stampersdelightshop.com where you can get stamping and scrapbooking apparel. I do want to tell you, if you're ordering for Christmas, you want to order soon. It does take a couple of weeks to get it. Last few days to sign up for my Fun Fold online class with the utterly amazing Otters. I do have a new class starting with Donna Gray. We are going to do a sneak peek in December. And in January, you can start signing up through PayPal. That's a subscription every month. It's the basics of card making. And we're going to share some tips and tricks and show you different ways to start making cards. And if you're already a seasoned card maker, there's a lot of things that you may have forgotten, and we're going to go over those things. So you definitely want to click on the link. It is a subscription, so you subscribe every month by the first of the month so that you can get your products. We will include the products that we are using in those classes where applicable. Also, the new mini is out for demonstrators. If you'd like to get your hands on some new product before everyone else, you can use the starter kit and add the pre-order items to that. If you have any questions, just give me a call, text, or email, and I can help you with that. Okay, let's get started. So today what I'm going to do is I am taking the Reindeer Days or Reindeer Memories Scrapbooking Kit, and it does come with stickers and die cuts. It comes with some papers and the designer series paper, some two-tone cardstock. But what I'm going to do today is a lot of people tell me that when they get a kit like this, they think they have to put all the same pictures in there. You can use various pictures from different times of, different years. And that's what I'm going to do today. Excuse me. So the first thing I'm going to do is bring in these pictures that I have. And these are from Reggie when he did his last Christmas show in December of 2021. Now, they do come with place cards for photos that are 4x6 and other sizes, but I'm using the 4x6s. I trimmed my pictures down, and I have 5 of those. So I'm going to be using those pictures when I get my page done. So I decided with this one, I was going to bring in, let's just grab this back here. Here we go. I wanted to stick with the colors of red and white. So this is the one-sided designer series paper that you get. And I'm actually going to trim that. And this is the white willow paper that's what the new color is for the kits, white willow. We still have the basic white also. I'm just going to trim off a little bit here. It's about maybe 1/4 of an inch. Turn that around. When I do these, trust me, I have an idea. Don't know how they're going to come out. We're all going to see it at the same time. I might use those strips for something else, so I'm going to keep those. I'm then going to bring in my white bases. I'm going to add a little of my Stamp and Seal. You can use whatever adhesive you like. And I am going to layer that right inside here, just leaving a white border. I'm going to do the same thing on this one. If you didn't see my Fun Fold Friday, go back and watch that video because that has the unboxing of some new spring product that will be available January 7th. And I will also be starting my paper share and sending out the notice for my January and February classes. Okay, so now I have the two bases. I'm going to bring those pictures back in. Move my coffee. And decide where I want these pictures. Now, the reason I chose this Christmas background, number one, it was a Christmas show. He's singing Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, and he's wearing his signature red sneakers and red jacket. Just figuring out where I want these to lay. And I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm going to go ahead and put these down. I don't recommend you put your glue on your page like I'm doing. I just wanted you to see it. I'm going to add this one. When I blew these pictures up a little bit, they did come out a little blurry, but you know what I always tell you, it's not about the photos, it's about the memories. And when you look at a page, it brings back the memories of that time. You know, if you go back in the day, our pictures weren't always so clear as they are now when you can take pictures with your phone. But I still scrapbook those moments. You could also flip that over. I'm just going to leave it on that side. I mean, photos now come out so great with your phone or your camera on your phone. But I have a lot of photos that are blurry, black and white, not centered right, and I don't care. I just want to put those on a scrapbook page so that when I look at them, or my son looks at them, or anybody looks at them that was there, or, you know, wants to get the feel of back in that day, you can. Off-center that one. This was a great show. Can't believe it's almost 2 years ago already. And I'm going to take this one and add that right there. So now that I have my pictures down, I did some journaling, and I knew that I would not be able to write all this, so I journal a lot of times on my computer. And this is what I want to say, so that I can put right there, and just leave it on the computer paper. You can mat that too if you want, but I want if I do red, I don't think it'll show up as nice, so I'm going to go ahead and put that there. I'm going to go ahead and look at these stickers that I have and die cuts and decide which ones I'm going to use. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to change something here. I'm going to slide that right in there. And you can see that these also have the project numbers. If you want to follow these instructions, everything is laid out for you. How to cut it, where to put these elements. But I'm not using that today. I'm using it for reference. I'm going to put that right there. So that kind of stands out a little bit more. And now I want to bring in maybe a Christmas tree. So I'll use the die cut or the sticker here. Good times, definitely. I'm also going to do family time. And that is because my son and daughter-in-law flew from California for this show. So let's see what else. Love this. I'm going to leave that for a minute. So this is what I started with for this one. Now I'm going to add more to it. But first I want to do my next page. And for this one, I'm going to bring in Ryan's First Christmas. And again, whoop, this is what I forgot. This definitely has to be here. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. We're going to add that. And again, I did this on the computer. A lot of times I'll use the computer. It's quicker, it's faster, and sometimes my writing is not that great. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. There's those 2 pages. We will go back to those. Now, here I have Ryan's first Christmas, and I want to do something with that. So let's bring in, I think, a piece of the red 2-tone cardstock. I'm going to use that as my base. Remember these? I'm going to use those, I think. I have 4 of them, so I think I could do this, do a little weaving maybe. Not sure yet. I'm just laying it out so I can see how I like this. I might even change the background color, not sure yet. I'm going to grab another piece of designer series paper. I don't want anything too busy. Oops, not that one. But I want it to look cute. So let's see. Just playing around with it first to see what I want to use. And this is just the way I like to do that. Now I could use something with the little deer in it. But again, I don't want anything too busy. But I do like this piece. I may use this one. I think I like that deer better. Okay, so I'm going to grab a piece of white cardstock, and I am going to cut a matting for that. That's a 5x7, which I cut down a little bit. So let's start with the 5x7 and see how it comes out. I'm going to cut this at 5x7. Use that now as my matting. Now you can see I trimmed that picture, so I don't quite need the 7 inches. So we'll just go back in and do maybe 6 3/4 or 6 1/2. Let's start with 6 3/4. There we go. I like that better. Not so much white around it. I'm going to take this piece and I am going to cut this down. And I'm going to do this at 6 by 9. You can see this is double-sided. Now I can lay that there. I can lay that there. And I think I'm going to cut some strips with this. Or maybe I'll use these strips right here. The strips that come with it. Let me just do a couple strips here just in case I want to use those. I'm doing this about 3/4 of an inch. And let's take that away. And I can add one here. I think I'm only going to use that one. These reds don't really show up too much on the red. So maybe I'll take those away. And try these strips. Yeah, I like that better. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece. Just put a little glue on it. I'm going to layer it right here. It's 12 by 12, so it fits. If it overhangs a little bit, you can trim that off. I'm going to take the other one. I'm going to do it on the other side. Remember, there's no right or wrong way how to scrapbook. Your page, your idea. Okay, now I'm going to grab this one. I'm going to bring that down just a little bit. This is not quite 12 by 12, so I'm going to have that right there. And then I'll take this one. And I'll do the same thing in there. Okay, I'm happy with the outer edge, so let's go ahead and start layering this. I'm going to take this piece. I'll lay that in the center. I'm going to go ahead and put my picture. You can see I wrote on the back of that. Right here. Now, I know the picture's going to go there, but I have a lot of scraps from my other kit, and I might want to use some of these presents. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this at about 4 inches. And you can see, if you have the stamp set, you can cut the reindeer out. I'm not going to go all the way across. Just going to cut that. I could go all the way across, but I don't want to. So I'm going to move that. I'm going to do that about 7 inches. And let's do 8 inches to start out with. And I'm just going to layer that right there. I'm now going to go ahead and put my picture in there. And it framed it out nicely. Now we need some elements here. I have this very large tree. I have my journaling, and what I did was I cut that journaling down so that it would fit basically in here, so I could use this little piece for my journaling. So we're going to go ahead and lay that down. And then I'm going to add that right there. And then I have the words joy. These pop outs. I can't think of a better word. He gave us so much joy. He still does. He's just bigger now. You want to gently pull those out. Once you get started with your page, the ideas just start flowing. The main thing is you just got to get started. Sometimes I don't really know how I want to lay it out, but once I get started, it just comes to me. And we need the Y. Scrapbooking is so easy with these new scrapbook kits, and we'll be having more come out in January. little dot there. Now I do have my glue press. I'm going to use that and lay those words down. This is by My Sweet Petunia, and the links will be below. Don't worry if you get a little white glue that's smeared, because it does dry clear. You just want to try not to get that. For the tree, I'm going to grab some dimensionals. I want the larger ones if I have them on my table here. Everything tends to get buried. There they are. Should be using my Take Your Pick tool to get those pieces off. We're going to add that right there. And I think I'll love this. I'm going to grab one of those strips here. And even though this is sticky, again, I'm going to grab a dimensional and pop that up a little bit, even though it's going to go in the page protector. And there I have a page with Ryan. And one of the other things I'm going to do now, this will have to dry. This is our metallic, our pearlized effects. And I am going to actually use those, and where those red dots are, I'm going to add these. You do have to wait till this dries before you put it in your page protector. Something else you can do with those is you can put them on your silicone mat. Let me just show you. You can wait till they dry, and then you can pop them off and put a glue dot on them. And you have your own gems. You can make your own gems. Isn't that great? Now, don't worry if there's a little like point on this. It will flatten out as it dries. I love these. We have the metallic colors too, but I wanted the red. See how it makes that pop? And then I'm going to put one here, one here. Always start at the top. Don't start at the bottom like I just did. And there I have my other page. This one, again, I have to put somewhere where it's going to dry. And you want to lay it flat. Okay. So let's move on to some more pages. Giving you a lot today, huh? First, I'll have some coffee. Now let me bring in the next thing that I want to do. Put the top on that. And there's a lot of journaling on this. It's Christmas 2003. Every year when my father-in-law was alive, we would go out and cut our tree down as a family. My mother and father-in-law, sister and brother-in-law. And here's all the pictures from that. So we want to put these somewhat in order. This would be this way, this way, this way. And then this is just a plain one. Okay. So now I need 2 sheets. And I think I'm going to use the garden green. Start with that. I'm going to add these 2 snowflakes. What's on the other side is red. I'm going to cut these in half. Well, just cut one in half. I'm going to use the snowflakes here. So that's 6 inches, unless you get a little boo-boo in there like I did. I'm going to take this plaid piece, And I'm going to do that one at about 5 inches. So I need 2 of those. I love this paper. I'm going to layer that right about there and about here. And then I have these 2, and I'm going to layer that right over it. I could cut that smaller, but I'm not sure how far up I want to go yet. So I think right about there is good. So let me go ahead and do that one. So you know how on Fridays I do a card on the fly. Well, really, this is scrapbooking on the fly because I'm not really sure how it's going to come out. I do like this paper here, but we're going to use this side. Bring that up a little bit, leaving a border. The border does not have to be the same top and bottom. But you do kind of want to have it even so that your page flows nicely. And we'll take the red plaid. Okay, for these I'm not going to mat them. This is everybody walking to the tree farm. Picking out the tree. My father-in-law holding it up. And then we have taking it to the car. So this one I can do right here. I'm actually going to cut this part off. You don't need to see that part. There we go. We spend hours out there. So much fun. When Ryan was little, he would just really went for the hot chocolate. Okay, there's my pages. I have this one of Ryan now. I don't need the barn back there, so I'm actually going to cut that. Because I like that look on his face, like, oh, I'm so bored. Bring that one down, put that one in the corner. Now, I have this journaling spot, but again, I had so much to say. What I did was I did it off the computer so that it would lay right on there. And that's actually going to go right here. So I know that's where that piece is going. So I'm going to start with that one. You can journal it yourself by hand. But again, I write very big. And I really wanted to capture our feelings about that day. So I chose to do this. Okay, so now let's put the pictures down. Your pages can be as simple or as intricate as you want them. Oh, I just saw something I want to use. Enjoy the season. So I'm going to put that down first so I know where my pictures are going to go. Enjoy the season. Make sure this still fits there. I'm going to tuck that right under there, just like that. Go ahead with this one. And I will have a lot left over to do more pages. I remember sometimes that was so cold out there, I would just pick out a tree and go, yep, that one's good. My mother-in-law, oh my gosh, she would walk for hours to pick out the perfect tree. You can see I'm not matting these. I'm going to put that one down here. So now after doing this, I can tell if I want to change anything. And one thing I think I'm going to do, believe it or not, is try to take this off. Being very careful. This is, you know, you can change things up because I think I like family time on my other page better, on this page. Okay, so we have those 2 pages. And I'm going to put better together. Let's see, I have this strip. Let's see if I can do this. Take that green strip. I'm going to trim that right off. Better together. Then I'm going to take this part and use this one here and put family time. I have this cute reindeer with the trees. I'm going to put that one right there. And then what else do I want to use here? I have this large Christmas cheer. I'm going to go back and place that right here. So this is what I meant. This is why I don't put everything down all at one time, because as I'm working with these, I change my mind. Christmas cheer will go with that one. Bringing in the stickers. I think I'm going to take this one right here. And maybe, let's see, I want something over here. I'm going to put the joy up there. And I got a couple of these little doodads. Okay. So this really does look good to me. Gonna add the little Mary Mary. That's a joke because he doesn't look like he's too happy, does he? And you can see I still have elements left over for more pages, but I'm happy with that, I think. So I'm gonna leave it at that. So again, using that kit, I was able to make 5 pages. This one. And then these 2, which I'm going to look at again. Okay, I think this side needs a little bit more. This is when I go back and change it. Maybe a Christmas tree over here. And we can use a deer. Put that tree right there, and put the deer over here. And let's see, what else? Do I want to do anything else here? I have these little guys, and maybe I'm going to tuck one back there, just a little tab. Not that you're going to pull it out, but you could. You could tuck a sentiment back there and use the tab to pull it out, but I'm just using them as elements here. Oh, this one I found. I don't think I'm going to use that one on here, though. Nah, the red doesn't show up on the red. I think I'm good. So then we have this one now. And then, of course, this one, and I got to let those dry. You see how they're starting to dry flat now. So I hope you enjoyed this, and this is the Reindeer Memories Kit that is still available. You can get so many more pages out of it. I hope this helped you with some ideas. And until next time, keep on scrapbooking, scrapbookers. Bye.